Let's do this.
Four days, 28 countries, millions of registered voters. The 2019 European elections.
Renew Europe is the third largest political group, with Dacian Shalash as group president.
Renew Europe is a kind of new hope for Europe and for all Europeans.
The new commissioners need to prove to the members of the European Parliament that they are the right people.
Make Europe the best that she can be.
We have a plan for this mandate. Our priorities are promoting European values, investing in a sustainable future, a stronger economy and opportunities for all, a Europe that can deliver for their citizens. And we will make it happen.
But not without some challenges.
We have now formally left the EU after 47 years.
China has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
We need to do what we can to stop this virus from spreading.
By going in lockdown.
Okay, I'm bored in a house and I'm in a house bored. Bored in a house and I'm in a house bored.
Luckily, the EU will deliver as many vaccines as possible.
The European Union has unveiled a COVID certificate.
The certificate will eliminate some obstacles.
Aujourd'hui, le Parlement européen déclenche le processus de ratification du plan de relance.
The leaders said we will raise 750 billion euros.
The COVID recovery plan, 390 billion euros to be given out in grants and 360 billion to be given out in loans.
This is the right deal for Europe right now.
In Europe, stock markets jumped at the open after the news of a deal. A plan to make transfers of EU funds to EU member states conditional on those states respecting rule of law.
This notion of European law, it's a notion of protecting rights.
The rights of the LGBT community have come under threat.
As the Renew Group, we propose to the Parliament to declare the European Union an LGBTIQ freedom zone.
Equality and democracy are under assault.
That's why we need citizens involved in the Conference on the Future of Europe.
And we need to involve young people.
Народные республики Донбасса обратились к России с просьбой о помощи.
Les Ukrainiens, par le sang versé au nom de la liberté et de la démocratie, sont déjà membres de notre communauté de destin.
We need to support Ukraine's candidacy for the European Union, and we need to make membership a reality.
Let us isolate Russia, the full political, economic and cultural blockade.
11 sanctions packages have been adopted.
This Russian war has brought about an energy crisis.
Oil prices has pushed up heating bills.
Repower EU firmly responds to Russian aggression and takes the necessary measures to eliminate any blackmail related to European gas and energy consumption.
There's little farming being done near the front lines. That means prices for wheat, barley, corn, they've skyrocketed.
Or we will be witnessing hunger and famine.
And that's why we need this import-export certificate to manage the export of cereals from Ukraine, and as long-term challenge, the integration of Ukraine and Western Balkans.
In order to meet EU membership criteria, the Western Balkan countries need to deliver concrete results.
Results of climate change are getting more and more visible.
Catastrophic floods.
Hottest ever April day.
Worst heat wave.
The hottest on record.
The European Parliament has voted to declare a climate emergency.
We need climate action. This is really the time for Europe to step up in terms of green leadership.
New rules for industry, new rules for energy, new rules for cars, new rules for trucks, new rules for trains.
And these new European rules, we set up the goal to reach 45% renewables by 2030.
We need to become carbon neutral by 2050. we introduced a carbon border adjustment mechanism to make sure there is a level playing field.
We have to make mobility climate friendly.
The EU Parliament narrowly passed a law to help tackle climate change and restore biodiversity. It's called the Nature Restoration Law.
Nature is full with plastic waste.
Single-use plastic products are going to be banned.
Europe's green and digital transition hinges on critical raw materials.
How to secure our access to critical raw materials and semiconductors.
Semiconductors or chips are important for green technology, communication, healthcare, and artificial intelligence.
AI is everywhere. It's creating whole original pieces of art. It seems like we've just arrived at the beginning of the AI age.
Is this the right time for Europe to regulate AI? And my question is resolutely yes.
AI restrictions in the Digital Markets Act prevent gatekeepers from gathering user data sets.
Spyware is being used by several member state governments. It's a tool for authoritarianism.
And we can never ever accept that this is happening today in the European Union.
I'm proud that the European Parliament voted for the NIS2, Europe's new cybersecurity legislation, to make Europe a safer place to work, live and do business.
There is light for European SMEs thanks to Renew Europe.
Together we can actually shape policies that will provide support and opportunities for business all across Europe.
Like with the Corporate Sustainability Due Diligence Directive.
Trade is not only about exchange, it's more a global question in order to tackle all the challenges we face, especially human rights.
To European companies we say, show your true colors. We do not allow pay secrecy anymore.
Women leadership is very important. This is also what the Simone Veil Pact is about. So women, girls, we can have it all.
Every woman has one risk out of 8 of having a breast cancer.
The European Cancer Plan was adopted with a large majority of MEPs.
I welcome the initiative of the Commission on combating violence against women and domestic violence, but it is not enough.
Jian, Azadi, women, life, freedom.
Like previous editions, the Renew Europe nominee received the Sakharov Prize to recognize their efforts in protecting freedom of thought.
Looking for freedom, 7,000 migrants crossing the Mediterranean in just 3 days.
Nous essayons de construire une meilleure gestion de la migration.
With the Migration Pact, the EU delivers on a common European approach to regulate migration.
It's time for young people to speak up, so what am I doing here, really, honestly?
We have the Renew Europe Youth Manifesto.
But what's next?